Hey everyone, I am back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I hope that you have had an amazing week. For those of you who tune in every single Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, welcome back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. For those of you who are brand new to Mental Health Moment, welcome. It's Dr. Hammond here. We are here live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. And for those of you who are watching the replay on Dr. Nekeshia Hammond YouTube page, be sure to like this page, share this video, and subscribe to the page. So welcome. Thanks for those who are starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Thanks again for those who are starting to tune in here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Sorry I could not be with you all live today. Well, as I mentioned, I'm in San Francisco. I told some of you all, I think I told you all a couple weeks ago, but I'm here this week at Super Bowl Media Week. I had a chance last night actually to interview many of the players who are in the Super Bowl about mental health and about how they protect their mental health. So I'm going to share all that with you all soon. But what I will say, and I wanted to really share on today's mental health moment, that there's things that we can all learn. You do not have to be an elite athlete to have an elite mindset. Right. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to share with you all today on today's mental health moment. And again, let me know. Well, let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat, even though unfortunately I won't be able to see the chat, obviously, because this is pre-recorded for today because I have a conflict tonight with another event. So, all right. So thanks again for joining here on today's mental health moment. I wanted to share a couple of tips with you today. I was actually thinking based on what I learned last night. And what I learned last night with the interview, I don't even know how many, I don't know, many interviews, maybe 10, 20, something like that. But a lot of different interviews with, we're talking about players who have reached the the biggest game of the season, right? Super Bowl. Like who wouldn't want to go there? So it's pretty cool. But I was asking them about how they protect their mental health. And one of the things I wanted to share, I would say, I haven't looked at all the footage yet, but I would say the number one answer was their support system. That's how they protect their mental health. And support system, for some people, they said their family. For some people, they said their friends. For some people, it was their coaches. So, excuse me, I share that with you because at the highest level, right? The highest level of their careers, of being an elite athlete, of going to the Super Bowl, still they were able to recognize for them what helps to keep them grounded, what helps to motivate them, push them through, was their support system. So a couple of tips for you today. Tip number one I want to remind you of is that the support you have in your life, if you think of it as a performance tool instead of a crisis tool, you will go very far. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we think that, oh, let's go talk to our friends or family members when we're in a crisis, when we need problem solving, when we need, help, which is good. Like, please do those things. But also, when you think about using your support, whoever it is around you in your life, it actually can help you to be a better person, especially for those of you who are in very high pressured situations, whether that's work, whether that's school, whatever you have going on. You're in an environment where you just have a lot of pressure. Maybe it's a fast-paced environment. A lot of times support is really important. So whether it's your coworkers, some of you have really supportive coworkers, which is a great thing. I know I have really supportive colleagues. I am like, oh my God, I'm so blessed with the amount of supportive colleagues that I have. I've met many people. I'm in a lot of different projects and spaces. And I can honestly say I've met some of the most amazing people in the world, I think, and I'm blessed to know them, right? And they're very supportive, right? So again, it's friends, family members, coworkers, whomever it is, but knowing that you don't have to wait until you burn out to lean on someone, right? Think of it as a mindset, like, you know what? Let me check in. We always say check in with ourselves, right? But also let me check in with someone else. Like, who is it? How do I need support today, right? Don't wait till you're like just really to the point where you're so stressed and overwhelmed and you can't function, but instead make that a part of your regular routine, right? To make sure that you're reaching out for people, because you don't have to wait until you're at the point where you're just so overwhelmed, as I mentioned. So that's tip number one for you today. The next thing that, and again, thanks for those who are starting to join here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. If you're just tuning in, I'm sharing a couple of tips today about how to think about really using your support system. There's so much research on it, but also, if you're just tuning in, I was sharing earlier, I'm in San Francisco right now. It was really exciting last night, very hectic, I will say, but also exciting last night to meet with many of the Super Bowl players who had the opportunity, or I was honored to have the opportunity to talk with them about how they protect their mental health, right? And a huge theme out of many of them was their support system. And so, again, if you think about working on having an elite athlete mindset, that really, whatever it is for you to go to the next goal, to go to the next level, to be the best version of who you are, whatever that looks like for you, one of the things that's important is to have a strong support system. The second thing I want to share with you is that, there's this thing, I don't know if you've experienced it before, right? It's an odd thing to me. It's always been an odd thing to me, but it's a thing that, like, it's like a weird badge of honor that shouldn't be a badge of honor, where sometimes, and maybe this applies for some of you, you feel like, you know what, I want to do this, fill in the blank for you. I want to do this goal all by myself, right? Like, you want to maybe have all the credit, or you do it all alone, or, I've heard so many times the struggle is real, or like, but that doesn't have to be a badge of honor, though, right? So the second tip I want to remind you of is that you don't have to try to be successful and to thrive at different levels in isolation, right? Because if I talk to the top of the top athletes in their field, and they said that they rely on their support system to get them through, to protect their mental health, what are we all doing here, right? Like, that means for you, like, that is possible for you too. It's possible for all of us to have it, to shift our mindset and to think about not living in this isolated type of feeling. Like, you don't have to try to get this, award for doing it all yourself. Like, you don't have to. Sometimes we accidentally make things harder than they need to be. You're allowed to reach out to others. You're allowed to not be in isolation. You're allowed to um, receive support from other people around you, right? And, again, especially if you're operating in a high pressured environment, whatever that may look like for you, that's even more critically important for you to have support, right? Like, but again, as I said, tip number one, like, but don't wait until you're so overwhelmed, you're about to hit burnout. Like, don't wait until you're at that level. Just work on making it a regular part of your life. And support comes in many different forms. For some of you, you just need a quick check-in from a friend. Maybe you have an accountability partner. Maybe you need a phone call or an email or a text message, or whatever form it comes in. Maybe support for you is, again, reaching out to your own family members in whatever way that looks like best for you. Maybe it's visiting with people. I mean, there's a gazillion ways that we can receive support, but it's a matter of making sure that is a part of your mental health care, if you will, right? To think about and understand that that's a part of your wellness. And then the third tip I want to leave you with here is that, the right kind of support. So I'm going to put an asterisk on support. I've been talking a lot about support today. And thanks for those who are still starting to join here. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. If you're just tuning in late, thanks again. It doesn't matter. It's all good. You can always watch the full replays on Dr. Nekeshia Hammond YouTube page. But if you're just tuning in late, this is pre-recorded today because I'm in San Francisco at Super Bowl Media Week and have a ton of conflicts in different events. So unfortunately, I can't be live today. But nonetheless, we're sharing different tips about how you can use support in your life, really, especially if you're in high pressured environments, to work on taking things to the next level, to work on keeping your inspiration up, to work on your mental health and wellness. Like, there's so many benefits to that, right? However, the right support. So my third and final tip today for you all is the right support is what can keep you grounded under pressure. And what I mean by that is there may be people in your life who you have to work on assessing, is the right person that supports you the best. And what I mean by that is there might be a coworker that is not in your best interest for you to be having a lot of conversations with. I mean, if that person is bringing you down, if that person isn't adding value to your life, is not helping to motivate and inspire you, right? Like that just happens. There are individuals like that. Then find the coworker that is bringing you value, that is supportive of you. Like people exist, right? And then maybe it's not your coworker, maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's a coach, maybe it's someone at a place of worship, but someone minimum of one person in your life needs to be there for you to help you stay grounded and really provide that support, because what that can do is help you with decision making. It helps you regulate your emotions. Like, so there's so many benefits. Actually, there's physical benefits too, but since we're talking today about mental health, there's so many benefits of having positive support in your life. And why not make, you know what, there's certain things, like why not make life easier? You know what I mean? Like there's literally certain things we can do to make our lives easier. Um, that's okay. Like you are allowed to thrive. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be emotionally healthy. You're allowed to have things, people, situations in your life that just make your life easier. Like that's allowed, right? And one of the ways, again, is with the right support system to help you keep grounded, right? And you hopefully when you start to assess, you say, oh, you know what? Maybe not this person, maybe this person, maybe not this person for sure, right? We start to assess those type of things. Oh, you know what? I have an announcement. I didn't make my announcement in the beginning. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up. I have one, I feel like I have two, y'all. I have one quick announcement for y'all, and then I'm gonna hop off here because I actually have to go get my media credential today. You have to get your media credential like every single day, which it is what it is. At this event. So, okay, Sunday. So mark your calendars, Sunday, March 22nd. I will be speaking at the Intersection event. It is in Tampa Bay. It's an in-person event. It is open to the public, so I can actually share that with you all. You can register. You can find it on all my social media channels. But just look for the post that says the Intersection. It's a pretty large flyer that says the Intersection. So that event, and get that information, get registered though. You do have to register for it. And again, it's Sunday, March 22nd in person in Tampa Bay, if you're in the area at that time. And I will be there speaking about the power of mindset. Would love to meet you in person if you're in the area. Again, I feel like there's another announcement, but I will let you all know the next mental health moment because I gotta run and start my day. But nonetheless, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. You always can follow along if you want to follow along with the Super Bowl Media Week journey. It's very hectic, crazy. There's so many things going on. You can always go to Dr. Nekeshia Hammond on any social platform, but I am specifically sharing in the stories on my Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, Dr. Nekeshia Hammond, that's where I'm showing all the behind the scenes fun things of Super Bowl Media Week. But be blessed. Have an amazing week. I will be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here live on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. Have a great day. Be blessed. Bye, guys.